Hello, grade 8s, and welcome to circles. We're going to have a look at circles, and we're going to start off by looking at the circumference of a circle. So the circumference of a circle is actually just the perimeter of a circle, which we refer to as the circumference. So whenever you hear the circumference of a circle, it's basically working out the perimeter, the outer side length of that circle. Just a recap on the formula used for circles. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, and the area of a circle is pi radius squared. But for today, we are just going to focus on the circumference of a circle. So please remember 2 pi r. Okay, this circle has been given. When you are given a circle, and you are given a line going straight from the one side of the edge of the circle all the way to the other side, but very important, it has to go through the midpoint of that circle, the center of that circle. That we call the diameter. Okay, so let's pretend that this circle's diameter is 10 centimeters long. All right, but as you can you remember the formula for the circumference of a circle? 2 pi r. R. Do we ever have a D in our formula? No, we work with the radius. What is the radius? The radius is a length in the circle. It starts at the midpoint and it carries on all the way to the edge of the circle. And the radius is always half the diameter. The radius can sit anywhere on the circle, as indicated there or over there. It doesn't matter. Anywhere there on that circle, as long as it goes from the midpoint all the way to the edge of the circle, that would be a distance of 5 centimeters. Right, so just to recap, the diameter of a circle runs from one side of the edge of the circle through to the other side of the circle, but it has to, very important, cross or go through the midpoint of that circle, the center. The radius is twice the diameter. The diameter is twice the radius. Sorry. So if you are given the diameter, you divide your diameter with 2 to find the radius. So the radius is always the shorter one. And if you double that up, the radius doubled up will give you the diameter. Let's have a look at this question. Calculate the circumference. Remember, circumference is another word for the perimeter of the following shape. There you go. It's a circle. Let's draw in our diameter, or they've given us the diameter with the midpoint. So the diameter is 15 centimeters. Please note that the diameter was given. And so we have to take the diameter and divide it by 2 to give us the radius. Because the circumference of a full circle is 2 times pi times radius. So what would the radius be there? Correct. The radius is 7.5. So all you do is you punch that into your calculator. You are allowed to use your calculator. And pi it's on your calculator, and it's normally at the bottom. If you've got the I think the Casio, it's right at the bottom, but you have to press shift to get to it because it's at the top of one of the buttons. So if you press 2 times shift pi button times 7.5, and I want you to try that on your calculator, and it should give you 47.12 centimeters. Remember, we're just working out a distance, so it's not centimeters squared or centimeters cubed. It's just mere a distance, which is 47.12 centimeters. Let's have a look at another example where they say calculate the circumference of the following semicircle. All right, there's the semicircle and the radius is 2 meters. All right, the only formula that we've got is the circumference of a full circle. So can we use a full circle's formula to work out the semicircle? Yeah, lots of you are saying, yes, I can hear you. Okay, so you have to use that. And what are we going to do? We're just going to divide our answer by 2. That's correct. So let's go put in the radius was given as 2. So 2 times pi times 2 gives you 12.57 meters. All right, but remember, this is that formula is the circumference of a full circle, and we have to divide our answer in 2 to give us a half circle or a semicircle. So we're going to divide that answer by 2 to give us 6.28 meters. Ta-da! Are we done? No, we are not done. Okay, let's quickly have a look. But let us have a look at what we have worked out thus far. We took our circle, and then if we divide our perimeter for the full circle, the circumference of the full circle in 2. So basically, if you erase the bottom, you will be left with just that ray over there. Oi, oi. So you need to remember to add the diameter together with your answer, because do you see that there's that line missing? And if the radius is 2, double that up will give you the diameter. So the diameter is 4. So you have to remember to go and add 4 meters to your answer to get the full complete picture or the complete circumference of the circle, that semicircle that was given, and that gives you 6.28 plus the diameter 4 gives you 10.28. Now we are done. Let's quickly have a look at the last question or last example. Calculate the circumference of the following shape. All right, as we can note, we see or we note that it is a half circle. All right, so we need to remember to divide our answers in 2. We can see that each piece or each section is sort of 5 centimeters long. If we are working with the big circle, the full circle, what would the full circle's radius be? It would be 10 centimeters, yes, because it goes from the center all the way out. And if you work with the little circle, the baby smaller circle that's white, that would be 5 centimeters the radius. Okay, let's have a look. So first of all, we want to work out the circumference of that outer arch. So for that outer arch over there, it's 2 times pi times radius. So very important, what did we say? What is the radius of that big arch over there? Can you see that it's 10 centimeters? We get our answer, but because it's half of a circle, we're going to divide our answer by 2. And then we're going to keep that answer for now while we look at the next arch. Now we're going to have a look, what is the circumference of that inner arch over there? So for the inner arch, it's 2 times pi times radius. The radius was 5 centimeters, so I insert that. And then you have to divide your answer by 2 because it's half a circle's arch, which gave you 15.71 centimeters. We keep that answer. Now we want to add all the outer edges together of this rainbow looking shape. Okay, so I'm going to follow my reason where I'm going. I'm going to add the outer arch plus that little stump at the bottom plus the inner arch plus the other stump. So it's going to go like this. 31.42, that answer that I got for the outer arch, plus the 5, plus the inner arch, which I got 15.71 for, plus another 5. So the total perimeter or the total circumference of this shape is 57.13 centimeters. All right, and that is it for today. Let's have a look at your homework. Your homework is exercise 18.5 on page 247, number 2, A to E. You must have a wonderful day further and keep well, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll speak tomorrow. Thanks, Cheerio.